Got a meeting. Took to it pretty quick. I tried an old empty like Visine bottle. I squirted out the stuff and rinsed it out by like squishing it and like suctioning stuff back in water and rinsing it out. Putting formula in, that didn't work, but I held it for a while. Little Agnes, little Harriet, and had this whole cook pot that I'd burnt a hole through the bottom of that I'd kept thinking I might use it to bang on. And I don't know, I got some wood chips, but I'm not sure where squirrels normally live or how they live really. But I thought a soft, got a couple t-shirts that don't fit that I put in there, and yeah, I got an old water cap and I put the baby formula in there, and it just took a big gulp a little bit ago, so I'll have to do some research, but I was climbing all over and seemed to be getting the energy back, but like I said this morning, it was in tough shape. But maybe it's just, I mean, it looks pretty old for it to be its first day walking around and stuff, but like I said, when I put the cloth in the first time, it cleaved to it immediately and just started like sucking at it, So I'm thinking that this might be its first time ever not nursing. Took right to it. Took to my hand. Gets a little squeamish if I try to pet him. I don't know. But then it jumps on my hand and walks all over and seems to be pretty alright with that. It must be very confusing. Just like being abducted by an alien or etc. And it makes me sad to think of what her mother must be thinking today. And of course I'm not sure if it's opening both eyes or if it just has one eye that it's opening and the other one's closed, or I don't know. It's probably just really young, scared, frightened, and it, like when it first was out this morning and I touched it, it just kind of like went up on two legs to the side. When it tried to walk, it was like and then just kind of so I was thinking it was gonna be not so good. There was a job I was at years back. I might have said this before, but there was this mouse on the lawn that I almost stepped on when I was carrying a ladder across the lawn to go climb up on a roof, and almost stepped on it, and then I didn't, and then set my ladder down, and I was just amazed that the rodent was there in the middle of the lawn and not running away from me. So I stood over it, and then I reached down to pet it, and when I touched its head, it like cocked its head at me, just like looking around like it didn't see me. And it had one eye, and it was an adult, and it was a mouse for sure. And it it was several times bigger than this little dude. But I'd pet the mouse, and I pet at it, and it looked up around, and the next and I just went on my way and let it be. And after kind of petting it a little bit for a while, and then just thought that was really neat. I felt bad for it because of its eye, and wasn't sure if it really could see out of its other eye. I guess maybe mice can't see super great anyway. I don't know. And then the next day on the other side of the house, I almost stepped on the same mouse. And I remember thinking, like, what are the chances of that? And pet it again, let it on its way. And that same day, I saw a type of snake I'd never seen before. It was kind of like orange and yellow. It was crawling out of a broken basement window. It was people's second home, and they hadn't unlocked it, so I couldn't get in. And but yeah, the snake was coming out, and I heard some very faint squeaky noises, and I lifted up some hay, and there was a bale of hay kind of right by the window, and I picked up the hay, and there were the mice underneath, or some kind of rodent. Could have been squirrels, I don't know. And the snake was eating, and they were like infants. They had no fur. Their eyes were still completely sealed shut. And I thought, what am I gonna do? And then I realized, like, those I definitely couldn't have taken care of, especially then, when I wouldn't have had even the thought to try. Like, had I found this little fella, I don't know, maybe even 5 years ago, I probably would have just let him outside and not even thought about it. Well, I would have thought about it, or maybe brought him to like an animal shelter, or so. I might have thought of something, but I probably would have just let him outside, not thinking that it's a baby. And then anyway, I realized there was nothing I could do. I tried kind of shooing away the snake and felt bad, because I don't want to deny the snake, but I wanted to protect the mice. And I realized there was nothing I could do. I couldn't save them. I tried shooing away the snake, but I also wasn't willing to kill the snake. So, and that's just another one of those moments, like, so whatever those other, they were infants, but they were, had I saved them, they would have died. There was nothing I could do. Where'd he go? I guess he's happy. He'll do his thing. Maybe he's sick of me talking. Want some peace and quiet. Oh, there he is. Exploring his little place. Oh, looks looks like he's chewing on the wood, so maybe he can eat solid food. I got some nuts. Maybe I'll give him some. I don't know if he'd eat amaranth. Got some pumpkin seeds. But, yeah, it's just funny, like, what survives and what doesn't. You know, here you have a mouse who can't even see, just stumbling along in the wild, in the open, not getting eaten by you know, a hawk or an owl, and finding its food and being fine. And then you have something else that you think would be healthy, and that gets chosen. But it's kind of like Edison and the light bulb, you know? If you try to save 1,000 things and you fail 999 times, if you save one. And it's kind of like making these videos. If one day I can help make one person make one connection, then it's worth it. And like for me, I really do have an agenda. Part of that agenda is my own self-discovery, and part of it's other people, like wanting to be part of the conversation with other people, and part of it's because I think for as much as I get wrong, which is, I mean, I've said it over and over again a lot, I get a lot wrong, but that beautiful story that I've come to understand a bit of, a lot of people might not have the time or the luck or the good fortune or the, you know, guidance by higher powers. Not like, you know, I just mean, you know, that super conscious that we tap into, guardian angels, and that type of thing. Just want to share it if I can. Yeah, he's scooting right about now. She's scooting right about. Little Tommy boy. Little Agnes. Harriet. Unfortunately, this is a dark city maze. I'm just weren't doing all right this morning. Doing bad in a bad place where there was not an escape from. So hopefully this will be a better place for a while for a little dude. Oh, chewing and everything. Look at that. Good. That's good. Chew away. That's it.